I started this project way back in November. That's almost 10 months ago. Back then I had no idea if this would even be possible at all. But after hundreds of hours of coding, modeling, prototyping, even drawing and painting, I finally finished it. A fully voice-controlled chessboard with super detailed chess pieces from the movie and even laser engraved illustrations. A2, A4. This project really tested my limits, and while it was at times very frustrating, it is also incredibly rewarding to finally see it finished. Most of my projects take mainly 1 or 2 skills, most of the time being electronics and coding. But with this project, I had to do drawing, hard surface modeling, sculpting, painting, woodworking, and of course, lots of electronics and coding. Let me show you how it works. For the voice recognition, I first spent 3 weeks trying to get it to work internally with a Raspberry Pi. But in the end it was just way too unreliable, slow, and the wake words just never really worked. So I decided to stray away very slightly from the movie to make the voice recognition better in just about every way. Now you just connect your phone via Bluetooth, open an app and press the button once when you want to give it a command. I know, in the movie they don't have to press any buttons, but B4, for example, is just way too close to B4, which means that without a button it would just randomly be triggering the system every so often. A2, A4. When you give a command, it will first calculate if that move is allowed. If it is, the light bar on the current player's side will turn yellow and it will start moving the piece. If it's not, the light bar will flash red 2 times and listen for a new command. And also, in case you're wondering, it does know all 3 special moves. When pieces die, the system can't move them off the board. That's what the 2 extra rows are for. The left side is for all the white pieces and the right for all the black pieces. If you want to know how the system handles promotions, you can look in the description. It's just not very interesting for this video. And finally, you might be wondering how the knight works, since it can only slide pieces across the board and the knight can jump over other pieces. Well, the movie conveniently didn't have any scenes where they faced this problem. But the way I did was with some of my most complex coding to date. If I didn't have this problem, it would have probably saved me 2 or 3 months. What it does is calculate the shortest path out of 2 possible routes, and then just move in that direction until it meets an obstacle. If it does meet one, it looks for the shortest path to move it out of the way and leaves the main piece behind to move the obstacle. Just look at this video and you'll get what I mean. B1, C3. This might seem pretty simple, but sometimes the moving piece is completely surrounded, and that's when it can start to become very complex. Now that you know the very basics of how it works, you might have noticed that this video is more of a trailer. Since this is such a gigantic project, I thought it deserved it. Over the following weeks I'll be posting a new part of this 7-part series every single week. First, I'll try my very best to explain the 4,000 line code I made for this project. After that, there was a lot of prototyping, so I'll split that up into 2 parts. Then all the drawing for the engravings. Of course, the chess pieces get their own video with even more close-ups. And finally, with all these different parts, all that was left to do was to put it together. As you can imagine, that was quite complex, so that too will be split up into 2 parts. So if you're interested in how I created this and how it all works, you can subscribe to get notified when I post new videos. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next week.